do every week. Let us know when you can hear us and we're live. The lag and the buffer going over a cell phone is kind of crazy around here. So we'll just wait a second. Oh, I see some stuff loading on our laptop and phone here.
I'm waiting for it to go back.
I think it's live. My laptop's showing live. So can y'all hear us and can you see us? So again, the lag of a cell phone is crazy, but that's country living. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. The rain frog in the background that every time we do a live stream, I've been sitting out here for the last hour, haven't heard a frog at all. As soon as we start talking on a live stream, there's the frog. We got bullets snooping around the shop. So it's Andrew and Tiffany. Welcome everybody. It's August the 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to get that volume turned down right there. So just want to let y'all know, chat with us live if you're live right now. Otherwise, drop a comment. We always let these live streams play back later. So if you ask what you think is a live question and maybe we're no longer live, just want to let y'all know we will respond to the comment. It just may be when I wake up tomorrow morning, not throughout the night tonight. So thank y'all, everybody that spends your time getting on here live, and thank you everybody that watches these live streams back later. We truly do appreciate it. So quite a few people, actually the most people I've ever seen waiting for a live stream tonight. That's awesome. And I drug around today and posted this thing so late, I almost completely forgot to post a live stream. I always see comments on videos going, hey, y'all doing a live stream today? Where's the reminder? Crap! Yes, I need to post that. So that's awesome. Thank y'all for spending your Sunday afternoon chatting with us. We truly do appreciate it. So it's been an interesting, I don't know, last week, day, everything else. It's been hot. It's been miserable. We had some good stuff done on the house, as y'all seen last weekend. I said I was going to take yesterday today off. I worked quite a while yesterday. Today, I actually met with an AC contractor. He called me out of the blue today. I was spraying some stuff around the property. He said, hey, I just did a service call. I'm in your area. This is the second AC contractor I've met with, by the way. He said, can you meet right now? Let's talk about your house. Sure, why not? Spent quite a while out at the house today. So it's been another weekend that hasn't been super relaxing. I'm going to take a break one of these days. We're both going to take a break one of these days, but it is what it is. So I see a lot of familiar faces. I see Mr. Donald's on, Mr. Jack. There's Mr. Doug, obviously Cash, Mr. Jimmy. A lot of familiar faces. There's Casey right there. I don't know if you're Mr. Casey or Casey. I want to give him a big shout out. That guy does construction work a few hours west of us. He's been emailing me and helping me constantly. Him and David. There's quite a few of y'all. I don't want to name drop too much because I'm going to miss everybody. There's no doubt about that. There's been a ton of y'all that's in the construction field that's been helping me out. I absolutely appreciate it. I know I'm bothering y'all asking these questions, but y'all are taking time out of your day to answer that. That's awesome. And hopefully me regurgitating a lot of what y'all are giving me is helping a lot of y'all as well. That's what this YouTube community is about. That's what this chat's about. I've been watching all y'all chatting back and forth. This is a pretty awesome little thing that we're building here. Not just for us, but for all of y'all. Y'all are all getting to know each other. We don't even know faces, but we just know names or thumbnails, things like that. And we're kind of building a little community here. So it's pretty awesome. I hope this goes on for years and years to come. Maybe forever. Who knows? So again, welcome. A lot of familiar faces there. So don't hesitate to ask a question if you have one. That's what these live streams are for. There's a lot of new people on here, no doubt about that. So ask whatever questions you have about videos that we posted the past week, what's coming up next, anything else that you may have. We'll answer it as best we can. And typically to wrap these live streams up, we do a little cooking at the end. Not always, because it's been stinking hot here lately. Y'all see the pool in the background over there that I promise you we just got out of, about 45 minutes ago. I'm still wearing my swimming trunks right now. It's been hot, y'all. It's been miserable hot. And until we get a real pool back here behind my big bald head, we're going to keep hopping in the kiddie pool right there because I've got to cool off. It is just stinking hot. So since we talked about food, we are cooking tonight. I'll let her talk real quick, and I'm going to wet my throat. It's super dry from talking.
I am making smothered chicken, and I've already made the squash and zucchini casserole to go with it, but we'll do that on the black stone. It's really good. Yep.
So smothered chicken, squash and zucchini casserole. We have one or two of those videos on the channel. Check it out. This is frozen squash and zucchini out of the garden. We don't blanch. We don't do anything. It turns out so stinking good for casseroles. Most people think squash and zucchini either has to be canned, has to be blanched, and you really can't freeze it. That's a lie. For casseroles, this stuff is amazing. So, but sadly, it takes way too long to cook on a live stream. She's been preparing it for the last couple of hours in a little toaster oven that we have.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
It's a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's not complicated. It just takes a while to cook. And then she'll do that smothered chicken on the Blackstone. Sounds perfect. Sounds great. Now, last night, we've been talking for a while. We took some of Mr. Doug's money and bought us 1.5 inch thick ribeyes, guys. Uh-oh, I got a phone call coming through right now. All right, so we bought 1.5 inch thick ribeyes last night. She's been talking about wanting a steak forever. So we treated ourselves to that, did some fresh sweet corn out of the garden. Mwah. It was so good. Maybe we should have cooked that on the... That might would have been something good to cook on the live stream. Maybe we should have done it. Thickest steak I ever had in my life. So stinking good.
That would have been good on the live stream.
Oh, it would have. So let me start answering some questions. I've done missed a lot. Ask them again if I miss them because they're flying by me right now. Chris says, so you're going to build furniture. You need a finished house first to put it in. And in case y'all don't know, Chris really likes to stick it to me constantly. He keeps me more motivated than my wife does. She constantly says she doesn't have to keep me motivated about the house because y'all do. Chris would be one of the ones. Yes, Chris, I plan on building some furniture. Maybe that new chainsaw mill will help me there. The laser engraver, all that stuff. I've got a lot of ideas in mind. And yeah, I'll get the house done when it gets done. So you just hurry up and wait, as they say. So let's see here. See people talk about building the pool. I'm probably not going to build my own pool. We're going to get in a really big above ground one and probably get a friend to come in with an excavator. Whoa.
Oh, grasshopper.
Grasshopper. All right, we thought we had one of the crazy Florida bugs on us. She had a grasshopper on her.
Good thing it wasn't one of those big giant ones. What are those big giant ones?
Oh my goodness, y'all! We've been having grasshoppers. I don't know whether they're all called locusts.
Well, I don't know yet.
That's all biblical terms there.
Yeah.
But we've been having grasshoppers that big and that stinking big around here lately. Like, looks like a bass would love to eat them up. I mean, perfect for fishing. But we've been getting huge grasshoppers here lately. Actually, Lisa Kelley, who I thought might have been my cousin Lisa Kelley, who was talking about army worms have been tearing up her stuff around her property. And earlier today, I was out doing a little bit of spraying, getting the food plot ready, spraying a bunch of just weeds and stuff that's growing up around the barn. I'm sweating, y'all.
Dry yourself off.
I'm pouring sweat. And I seen a ton of those worms in one of our oak trees, the one down at the food plot, by the way, that I planted, destroying it, just like they did this one last year. Hundreds of them in it, and babies everywhere too. And I had to go down there and spray the heck out of them before the AC guys showed up. We're being attacked by locusts, grasshoppers, worms, everything this year. This hot summer and all this rain has bugs coming out of the woodwork. I can't stand it. Oh my goodness. So I already see everybody asking about the stinking zapper. Speaking of, let's just roll right into another one of you sick, twisted people. Go ahead and show them what you got in the mail this week, baby. We know who this is. I won't say names other than Crystal.
It was wrapped around the...
Look what Tiffany got in the mail this week. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that was Van Life with Crystal, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Tiffany got a bullwhip this week. So,
I no longer hold the champion for cracking it because
she's been out cracking it some.
out of practice.
Yeah, she's been out cracking it some and not cracking it a lot of other times. She's been out there getting aggravated. She'll get it to whip and pop every now and then. So thank y'all for the zappers and bullwhips. I have been running for my life around here. Thank y'all so much for that. And speaking of things like that, thank you, Mr. Donald. And there's been several of y'all that sent us gifts throughout this week. Although, Mr. Donald, you told me to wait. So I'm going to wait and open what you've sent me along with something else that's coming next week. So I guess we'll have whatever that is to show on the live stream, although I do know what one of the things are. So appreciate y'all's gifts, even though some of them are sick and twisted and are trying to get me hurt. But everything else, a lot of y'all are really thinking for my safety. Some people are really wanting to see me get hurt.
Well, Cash now wants you to jump in the pool and do a belly flop.
Do a belly flop in the pool? Actually, I would do that for the simple fact
He said 200 thumbs up and you'll do that.
I might will, but you're going to have to buy a new pool. I've actually got that pool out there patched with duct tape. And if I jump in it, I bet it's going to blow apart. I kid you not. I found my second leak today. I've got cracks patched with duct tape. We're trying to get the goodie out of that thing. If I belly flop in it, it's going to blow apart. Then you're going to ruin my cheap cool-off pool. We'll have to see. So I see another question there. It says, how are the muscadines doing? Well, good and bad. Glad y'all asked. So literally was out at the food plot last week. Muscadine grapes everywhere, like I've been showing y'all in the videos, everywhere. And they're still green, hadn't turned the purple color yet, like they normally do. I go back out a couple days ago, they're almost all gone.
Let me go get mine.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. Now, with that said, we planted some in our garden this year. They did unbelievably well. Our vines have taken off, spread out 12, 15 feet. She's went out there and she's been picking them left and right, and those muscadines are this big. She's going to grab a few right here. We've been eating them up. So our wild ones went from green to ripe in a matter of a day or two. The animals must have devoured them. So all we pretty much have left is ours right here. We may go out there and try to pick some wild ones.
The biggest one.
Check that out, y'all.
Big old juicy thing right here.
That's coming off those little grapevines y'all seen me plant. Loaded. I mean,
yes,
loaded.
And my favorite too, the purple ones.
Oh,
yeah.
They're so good. So glad you asked about those. Sadly, I missed the majority of the wild ones, but the
That's
ones,
okay. We got plenty.
yeah, the ones in the fence that the animals can't get to, we've got tons of them, even on those tiny little grapevines. Oh goodness. So Jack says, "What a great way for Tiffany to get out some pent up tension." No, I don't think so, Mr. Jack. I'd appreciate it if maybe you just skedaddle, get on. And Van Off Crystal says, "You're welcome, Andrew. The girls got to stick together."
I appreciate it.
You're sick. You're sick. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. So I see everybody's hitting the thumbs up now. Y'all done made another bet without me. Really do appreciate that, y'all.
Another question that was repeated, but I'm trying to still find it.
All right. Well, while she's trying to find that question that y'all are repeating, please do that. I'll get to them. Jeff asked, "Do the bears run off your coyotes?" Not at all. We have coyotes thicker this year than I have ever seen. I'm making plans to try to go after them because we have strict rules on trapping here in Florida. But I've got to take care of them. Honestly, I'm worried about bullet. I really am. And if these coyotes keep staying this thick, I'm starting to see little babies running around now. That's going to be a problem for next year when we want to start putting chickens, goats, other animals around here. They're just going to wipe them out. They absolutely will. So we've got to work on the coyotes. Some people may not agree with taking them out, but listen, there is no predators for coyotes other than humans. Not many humans around here hunt them. It's just a part of life. We're going to wind up losing a lot of livestock and potentially our little dog if we don't work on these things. So we've got to work on that. And as y'all seen in the last video or the video I posted today, I've got more bear pictures now than I probably ever had on the property. I keep seeing uh-oh, look at there. Another grasshopper on her. But anyways, I keep seeing a mama with 2 cubs, a mama with 1 cub, could be the same mama. A little young, rambunctious male, that's a problem child. Those are the ones that tear everything up. And just a few weeks ago, I was seeing one huge male or mama. It might have been the one that was pregnant. So we've got bears left and right around here, coyotes, and every now and then I'll see the occasional bobcat. So it's going to be real fun and interesting here trying to raise animals, but it's a passion and something we want to do. We have no choice. We have to protect those animals. We're going to have to work on predators. That's just all there is to it. So, and I will include some on the channel. Some people may not agree with it, but that's just part of life out here. And I can already tell we're probably going to have to get a donkey. There's no way around it because we need something running the coyotes and bears off, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, are coyotes no limit like they are in Texas? That's exactly right. You're allowed to hunt them here year round. No limit on coyotes, do whatever you want. The problem is when it comes to trapping. They only allow snares here. They don't allow leg hold traps and a few other types of trapping. And that's the best kind of trapping to me, leg hold. Because if you catch the neighbor's dog or something you need to let go, you can do that with leg holds. You can't do that with snares. I don't like snares for that reason. And that's the kind of trapping we're allowed to do. So I prefer to call them, hunt them, bait them, things like that. And we will include some of that on the channel because, like I said, it's just a way of life around here, without a doubt.
Mr. Donald says for you to open it now.
So Mr. Donald says, open the box. All right, well, we got somebody driving by right there. Keep in mind the neighbors right here in Bullets protecting us.
Where's it at?
I'll go get it. I'll be right back. Somebody sent us something. They want us to open it. Hush. All right, so a big thanks to Mr. Donald, who's constantly thinking for me and for us. He sent me a couple of hard hats after he seen me about take the house down, hitting my head on that truss. This is the one gift I did know about. I just tore the tag out of the other one. Well, that's in Bullet's chair right now. And he has sent me some Thinker and Tinker stickers. I know it's reversed for y'all. I'm assuming to put on my hard hat.
There you go,
So
Dad.
thank you very much, Mr. Donald.
We'll have to add some more stickers to it, too.
Yeah, I think there is a couple of them in there. There is 2. All right, cool. So we can label both hard hats.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. We'll let Tiffany
Thank
take
you.
her pick of a hard hat, and I might have to put these on and run around with her whipping at me.
Oh my
And I know you said you got something else in the mail for us this week. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Mr. Donald's always thinking of us. Van Life of Crystal's always thinking of Tiffany and not me. And y'all know Mr. Doug. There's just so many of y'all. I want to quit name dropping because I'm going to forget quite a few people. But y'all are constantly sending nice and generous letters, gifts. It's just amazing. Thank y'all so much for that.
Thank you.
And I'll try not to knock myself out or bend another truss with one of these hard hats. So thank you, Mr. Donald. All right, you see any more questions that are repeating?
I'm trying. It's like flowing by so fast.
I know, y'all, there's already over 200 people on here tonight, so let me catch a few more questions. So Ronald says a 17 HMR will take care of coyotes relatively quiet. Funny you mentioned that, Ronald. I haven't bought a gun in years, and I'd maybe made a phone call to a gun shop this week. Oh, look, y'all see that look? She has no idea.
I might have to use the whip.
She might have to use the whip. Now, okay, they're sold out, but I used to have a 17, and I'm wanting to go back. The reason I really want a 17 is I have a suppressor that's rated for 17. So while it'll still be somewhat loud, I can get a little quiet, and I'll 100% agree with you. I think a 17 HMR is coming back in my future very soon. I have a 22 mag, but that 17 is so much flatter shooting. That's a good armadillo killer.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah, we got plenty of 17s laying around. They're called 2x4s. That's what they call
I
it.
know the gun shop that you called too, so.
Yeah, well, you leave him alone. You leave him alone. I ain't bought a gun in years. I used to be pretty bad. I used to be bad, but I've been really good here lately. Like I said, now our 2x4s cost what a gun does, and I'm broke.
Maddox wants to know when you're going to build another fire pit. That was the question.
So I have been getting emails after emails from people already building up waiting lists, wanting me to build fire pits. And I truly do appreciate the people. I don't know if anybody's on here that's waiting, but it's going to be, I've been telling everybody, probably late September before I'll start building fire pits again. We'll start building as soon as we go into the fall. But I have several people waiting. I've got a really amazing design in mind and a special gift that I want to build. So I've got lots of ideas. I've got to get siding on the house, windows in, get it truly dried in before I start taking a day or two here and there. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's got to cool off. I'm not coming out here in 109 heat index, putting on welding jackets, welding hoods, firing a welder up and grinding and cutting all day. I'll have a heat stroke. So late next month, October, once we start getting on into fall and winter, I'm back to building fire pits. Got a lot of people waiting, and actually I need another one. I just brought mine back today. It's been gone all week. I've been keeping up at the house burning some scrap wood, not the stuff that I promised y'all, but just some really raggedy stuff that was I was tripping over, and I really need one here and one up at the house. So we'll get back to building those for long. I'm actually really excited about doing that. And to be honest with you, I'm waiting for steel to drop too. Steel is up 300 to 400% right now. I want to build a welding table. I want to build a steel rack, but it's got to turn and drop like wood just did because I'm not paying 300 to 400% markup on this stuff. It's just stupid crazy right now. It absolutely is.
Van Life with Crystal wants to know if these are, they are the GCI chairs.
Yes, the GCI chairs. Pick these up. We're not sponsored by them, but they sell them at Academy. They sell them on Amazon. I actually have it in our Amazon store if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, go get them. We highly recommend them. They don't have a clue who we are. We're not sponsored. We paid full price for these. We love these chairs. We actually carry them over to friends all the time. They have them. That's how we
fold up like this.
Yes, they fold up into nothing.
Yes.
We found out about them at a friend's place. It's always cooking out and grilling. We love these chairs. We absolutely love them.
Why don't you go ahead and explain about how people, if they want to support too through Amazon, they can.
Yes, I never do this. I try not to do a whole lot of pictures on the channel for thumbs up and subscribe and here's our link.
Yeah.
I don't want to pester y'all with that stuff, but I know people do ask from time to time. I even get emails from people saying, "Why don't you promote this more?" And I appreciate that. I really do. I just don't want to swamp people with stuff. And I guess a live stream is a good way to do that. I just don't want to blast it throughout our constant videos. But if you ever do want to support the channel, obviously there's people like Mr. Doug and other people that constantly donate to us. That's amazing. Mr. Donald and everybody else, Crystal, that sends us gifts. But if you want a very easy way to donate to the channel, our Amazon link down in every video description, in this description, if you click on it, you don't even have to buy nothing that we suggested. Just click on it, use the search bar up top, order whatever it is that you're looking for. We don't know your name. We can't see what you ordered, and it actually gives us an advertising kickback. Now, again, it's a few cents or $1 here, maybe $5 on a big purchase, but it does add up. And a lot of y'all been using that here lately, and I do need to tell y'all thank you. It's been slowly going up and up and up more every single month. Every now and then it allows me to buy a new tool to use on the house or something like that. So thank y'all so much for that. I do need to pitch that more, but I don't want live streams especially to turn into sales pitches.
No, yeah.
I don't want our videos to either.
But I had a couple people that, really appreciated knowing that over the weekend. They were like, we had no idea.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know because I don't mention it.
Yeah.
Again, I just don't want to turn it into that. So, I think that was, let me scroll back up. So or Uncle Tim, as I call him, not really my uncle, says, talk about my flail mower. Y'all just watched that episode, comparing it to a bush hog. I did a big video on that a while back, and up until the ice maker video, that was the biggest video we had on the channel, a flail versus a traditional like bush hog rotary style mower. I love my flail. I love it. Other than the one time a year I have to take all those blades off and sharpen, I love everything about it. It's small, it's compact, it fits underneath the building, it's easy to turn around. You don't have a 6-foot bush hog swinging around behind you, knocking trees and brush over. I 100% recommend that thing. And if you keep your blades sharp, not rounded over like I do, it's excellent on grass. Now, a rounded over blade doesn't chip as well when you run into fences like I did, rocks, things like that, and it busts up dog fennels and brush just fine. But a sharper blade is excellent for grass. I 100% recommend a flail mower without a doubt. I paid full price for that thing. Not sponsored. I ain't gonna tell you the brand, nothing. I love flail mowers. I highly recommend it. But be ready for a couple times a year, especially for mowing grass, to do a lot of sharpening during the day when you have 56 blades to sharpen versus 2 on a bush hog. Flail doesn't require near the power that a bush hog does too. I used to run a 6-footer and it would bog my 44-horse tractor down. Went to that flail, didn't even know it was behind me. Obviously the 66-horse tractor has absolutely no idea it's behind me without a doubt. So, Mr. Doug, there he goes. Got a funny comment there.
I love it.
So thank you, Mr. Doug. Just made a donation to us, said a replacement inflatable pool fund. Well,
I like that duct tape.
I appreciate that. I don't know if that's his way of hinting I got to do a belly flop or something, but yes, that should cover an inflatable pool that we have out there.
Yes,
thank you so much for that. We truly do appreciate it.
That's funny.
All right, so Van Life for Crystal says, have you ever heard of a contour gauge? I don't know that I have. Kind of sounds familiar, but I can't think of what it is. So feel free to explain, and I'll try to quickly read your comment. And of course, there's GFPF fan says, Mr. Doug, he's got to do a belly flop now. Oh, goodness gracious. Cannonball. I can't do no cannonball in that pool. I'll compress my spine. It's that deep, y'all. Y'all killing me. And then there's Cash. Please, everyone, hit the thumbs up. We'll see a belly flop. Oh, my goodness. Oh, good. Yep, there everybody goes. All right, y'all, hurry up and ask another question. Quit talking about belly flops
We
and
had a
everything else.
question on, I can't find it now, but what is our time frame for the house being done?
Popular question every week, and I'm not going to answer that. I don't know what the time frame is for the house. I'm going to roughly guess next spring sometime. She says next summer. I'm going to try to beat that. I'm saying next spring, but I don't want to put that deadline on there because that's going to make us spend more money quicker than we need to, spend more money trying to rush a job, and we're really trying to be very budget conscious on this house, especially with the cost of everything being through the roof right now. So we're slowly working through it. I'm trying to do a lot of this stuff myself to really save the money. And a lot of people don't know, we've been saving for years and years and years. We sold our last house with some equity in it too. I remodeled that. We're trying to pay cash for this whole build, and that's been blown out of the water with the current material cost and everything, thanks to COVID. I mean, it's just out there, and it's caused everything to go through the roof. I know y'all are all seeing that. Now, so thankful that the channel's grown like it has. The ice machine blew up like it did. Those things have helped us financially. People like Mr. Doug, I mean, that has absolutely helped. But we're still having to be very, very budget conscious on how we build this house. So I don't want to put deadlines out. I'm cautious about doing that because that leaves a weight hanging over my head that puts pressure on me to maybe cut corners or spend money to where I could have saved the money and taken a little extra time. So I'm just going to roughly say next spring. I think that's a good guess.
Mr. Doug wants to know, are the custom windows ordered?
I got the look, and I'm about to get popped with a whip.
No.
So no, the custom windows aren't ordered. Tiffany asked about the custom windows every single week, including about an hour and a half ago. Thank you very much, Mr. Doug. And not yet. I've got to climb up there, get her the measurements. We do have somebody lined up for the custom windows. I'm still trying to fine tune exactly how I'm going to install them. Straight plate glass windows. Believe it or not, I even went on YouTube last night, and there's just not a whole lot of videos on how do you install a straight plate glass window. Everybody out there is doing full frame windows or picture windows that kind of already come with the frame. This is going to be a little different, so I'm still figuring all that out. But no, we're not there yet. We're getting there very quick. I'm about to get the measurements. I'm probably going to get them tomorrow now, and we'll get this thing wrapped up. Then I seen another question that says, have I taken that fishing trip like I promised and said I would? No, I haven't. I was thinking about going tomorrow. That ain't gonna happen now with the live stream and being up tonight. Probably, maybe the next day, day after, I'm gonna try to go. I've got to get on there and really look. Actually, all the rain that we've been getting, y'all been seeing that. Our rivers are flooded. They're out of the banks. There's no fishing around here. I'm going to have to go near the coast, which means I'm going to have to really watch the tide and pick my day on a tidal fluctuation to where it's not too low and sure enough not too high with everything being flooded right now. So we're going to get there. I'm getting a fishing trip this week. Hold me accountable to that. I don't care if every comment says fishing trip on every video. I'm going this week. I've got to go.
Maybe Saturday.
Maybe Saturday?
Yeah.
That's too far away. I'm going this week, dadgummit. So dadgummit, Cash just made a donation, and all it says is belly flop. What the heck, y'all? Oh my goodness.
We'll get a belly flop by the
What the heck? And then right behind it, Blythe says 25 belly flop. Well, I tell y'all what, I sure do appreciate the belly flop donations more than the shock yourself. Y'all are killing me.
Only by Andrew will the belly
Oh my
flop
goodness.
happen.
So thank y'all so much for the donations, and then right behind that is Joseph. And I like him. He ain't calling for no belly flop.
Now that we're going to get a new pool, I mean, it's just...
So, thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Blythe. Thank you, Cash. We truly do appreciate it. Goodness gracious. I don't know. Next thing I know, they're going to say, belly flop and Tiffany throw the shocker in the pool.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I could see that with some of y'all. And then whipping.
Somebody already said that maybe earlier.
See?
Or they said put a wet sponge to it.
Goodness gracious, what's wrong with you people? I'm not on death row here. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man. So let's see here. Trying to see what else here. So Mr. Doug says, does YouTube take half of Super Chat? No, it does not, Mr. Doug, but they do take their cut. It's not that bad. I would feel absolutely horrible if it was. But they do take a certain percentage because they have to process the funds. They go ahead and take some taxes out as well, which is good on my part. But yes, they absolutely do take their cut without a doubt, just like they do for ad revenue and everything else. And I'm still working toward a Patreon. I finally got an account set up. Several of y'all have asked about that. So I will work more toward that, but I don't know their fees just yet. So if there's people that ever want to donate towards something and are worried about fees and taxes and things like that being taken out, which we've got to all pay our taxes, no doubt about that. I'm looking more and more into Patreon. I've got the account set up, but there's actually a lot to getting that set up and then driving traffic over to it, no doubt. So, oh goodness gracious, Mr. Doug, who I was just asking your question, he says, Andrew grounding rod fund. Yeah, thank you. I do need to put a grounding rod out there so I don't get shot. Need to put a GFI breaker on this zapper and everything else. You guys are killing me.
Some grounding rod
Oh
shoes
goodness,
or
and,
something.
yeah, and then right behind that, is Uncle Tim will keep calling him, crack that whip with a belly flop. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
I have no idea how to crap a whip. I'll put my eye out. And actually, that's funny. She was out there going to crack the other day, talking all that smack about being the best ever. First thing she did was put some glasses on. And
I'm
she
not stupid.
she about hit herself in the face about 5 times trying to crack that whip. This boy ain't doing that, man. Y'all watch. Hey, I done put an eye out. What was that? Last live stream or live stream before?
Yeah.
Or she did. She done whipped me one time. We ain't putting another eye out tonight, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Oh, goodness. So there's Rock Hill Farm. Appreciate you jumping on. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out. He does a lot of tractor stuff. I was watching one of his videos last night about some pretty cool, I don't know how to explain the blades. They're not regular lawnmower blades. It's got a disc with multiple blades on it. Kind of interesting. Almost looks like a weed eater blade but made for lawnmowers. So that's pretty cool stuff right there. And then there's everybody begging for a belly flop. What the heck is wrong with you people, man?
We will get a belly flop by the end of the night.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm trying to read through a few more of your comments now, you crazy people. All right, so Diego Ranch says, hurry up and get my wife a horse. Well, Diego Ranch, you ready to pay for some horse stalls, a slab, some fencing, vet bills, shoeing, medicines. What else am I forgetting, babe?
Feed.
Oh, tack, all the tack. Everybody's already done prepared me. I'm basically buying that Duramax diesel everybody tells me about when I buy a horse.
Exactly.
But, yeah, we're going to get her a horse.
Then you can get a dump trailer.
Then I can get a dump trailer.
Yeah.
I'll be too broke to get a dump trailer then. Her horse is definitely on the list, but we both agree house is number one priority, without a doubt.
And I definitely need to be more at home to be able to take care of all that.
Yeah, so that's coming. I'm hoping we got a horse and a pasture full of animals next year. Like I said, we're going to start out with the chickens, slowly move into goats, fencing the pasture. That's a big expense, but we're heading that way without a doubt. We're super, super excited about animals. We've got to be careful. We got to budget like everybody else does in the world, and we've got to put the priority on the house because getting out of a camper and getting a solid roof over our head is more important than animals, even though we really do desire animals. We absolutely do. Trust me, it's coming on the channel.
Especially after we paid for that steak last night.
Oh my goodness. What we paid for those steaks last night like they killed me. I'm ready to have cows out there now. Everything has went up, y'all. Absolutely everything. So wow, Mr. Robert. Seriously?
Thank you, Mr. Robert.
Golly, Mr. Robert. He just made a donation, says new pool fund if you do the belly flop at 200 thumbs up. Yeah, we're only 173. Yep, he says there are 276 watchmen, only 160 likes. I sure do appreciate that. And speaking of, well, I guess we need to wrap this live stream up, y'all. We're only 175 likes. We'll catch y'all next week. She's looking at me like, are you crazy? Whatever. I might do a belly flop for y'all, but I ain't shocking myself. I ain't getting whipped, and we're not throwing a shocker in the pool. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all are absolutely crazy.
Oh,
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't ever know what to expect out of y'all every week.
I know.
So after we do all this stuff, what's going to be next? Hey, I see you just wired the house. Go stick your tongue in the socket. Oh, there ain't no telling. And Crystal, what are you sending next? Probably a taser or Lord knows what, pepper spray. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I see we got some new people jumped on, and wow, the thumbs up just flew through the roof. Well, 199. See y'all. Good night.
We got 201.
We've already broke 200.
Go ahead and jump in.
And I never even agreed to all this, y'all. What the heck? So anywho, this live stream took a left turn a while ago. So how about y'all ask some questions and we quit talking about me doing crazy stuff on this live stream? Oh goodness. So let's see here. David's talking about, Robert says, are you asking about the distance of nails in the sheathing? I'm going to assume y'all are talking about that and try to change the subject real quick. Let's talk about nailing the sheathing. So my engineer required, because again, keep in mind, we're in a hurricane zone. We're only 40 miles from the coast, high wind loads. We have to do much tighter nail patterns than a lot of y'all do in the rest of the country that build to much lower wind zones. And my engineer required every bit of sheathing from attic flooring to roof decking to sheathing on the outside. There's Bullet fluffing his bed. Required 4 inches maximum nail spacing on all edges of a 4x8 sheet and 8 inches in the field. Well, y'all know me. Overdue is what I do. I did about 3 inches on all the edges, 6 inches in the field, because at the end of the day, nails are cheap. and I don't want that panel going nowhere in a hurricane. So if you're asking about that, I over-nailed everything because, again, I overdo stuff. And two, the engineer requires it because we're built to a very high wind load right here. Although we're nothing like at the coast, they actually require at least a 3-inch on the edge and 6-inch in the field nailing. Actually, Casey's on here. He does coastal built homes over in Panama City area. He could probably answer that a whole lot better than I could. So Mr. Doug asked, how's the electrical in the house coming? It's coming well, although I ain't gonna lie, I've had a couple hiccups. I've really got confused the last few days over low voltage versus high voltage boxes, how I'm gonna do my runs, and I spent a lot of time today reading the National Electric Code, the NEC, and I've been talking with David on here, who's been just a absolute blessing and a big help. And I think I've got it figured out. I had to special order a few more boxes. I'm gonna take a couple more out, but electrical overall is going good. I got, again, KC and a few others helping me on trying to locate wire, maybe at a discount. I got a couple more rolls to get. I just ordered all my generator transfer switch, plugs, and outlets today. I've met with 2 AC guys. The one today was extremely helpful, figuring out my wall penetrations, size wiring I'm going to run for that. So electrical's getting there. I'm going to have a video out, not tomorrow, no video tomorrow, but Tuesday, showing me using the man lift, doing some more electrical on the roof, which y'all have already got me thinking maybe I've done it a little wrong on some boxes for some LED lights. So we'll see how it all works out. But electrical is moving along. She's laughing. What kind of comment do I need to respond to?
Brad suggests that we do rock, paper, scissors, and the loser between Andrew and Tiffany has to take a belly flop. The winner has to take the zipper.
I like that look. Oh, whoa, no zapper. I'm not doing that. I was thinking rock, paper, scissors for the belly flop. No, we ain't doing no zapper, y'all. Y'all can forget that. I see Casey asked, what was the question? What's your nail pattern on sheathing or roof decking on the coast? Is it 3 inches on edges, 6 inches in the field? We require 4 and 8 here because of our hurricane wind zone, but I'm sure you have a much higher wind load rating over there where you live right near the coast than we do. So, Blythe, thank you very much. We truly do. I know we joke around a lot and we're having fun tonight. We truly do appreciate the donations. Thank y'all so much. That's what it's allowing this lifestyle to be possible, this channel to be possible, and that house to be possible. I just made another donation. Says, I know you're a busy man. I appreciate you answering my questions. When I send them thanks, you are 100% welcome. And I know we have a lot of people on here too wondering about the ice machine build. I have got just about everything in for the ice machine. Here's the problem. I went to a very big city last week. Went to a lot of big box stores, including my Sam's, my Lowe's, all those. Guess what? No freezers, y'all. Everybody sold out of the mini freezers. So I'm gonna go back again this week and check. All I'm waiting on now is the freezer. I have got special devices for cutting the fans off, I do believe. I have got a really cool design of mine on how I'm gonna leave the bottom open, as a lot of people suggested. Pull some really cold air up. I'm already making about 13 pounds of ice a day now, and it's been piling up on me. But I think I've got a really cool idea in mind. We're gonna do the ice maker build here just as soon as I can find the freezer. I've already got a pile of parts over there, thankful that Amazon and everything else is sent. So I did want to answer that tonight. A lot of people are still watching those videos. Thank y'all so much for that. And I still want an awesome ice machine. A lot of y'all have been sending me Facebook, private messages, emails, everything else. And speaking of that, I don't ever tell everybody about our Facebook or Instagram. The Kelley's Country Life on Facebook would really help us out. We're trying to get that grown. We're eventually going to start posting different videos over there. Check it out. And our Instagram. I've been a little vacant on the Instagram here lately. Been trying to apply my time to mainly YouTube. I'm starting to move more into Facebook. But there's a lot of people that prefer one platform or the other, and I'm going to work both of those really hard. So please go check us out on Facebook as well and like the page and join that. Just want to let y'all know that's coming. All right.
Alex has a question about, are you going to do any deer season prep videos?
Yeah, well, we're about to start deer season food plots, and I didn't realize today until a couple thousand of y'all watched my food plot video that said foot plot, and somebody finally told me.
Oh, really?
I didn't get my spelling right. But we're going to do some more foot plots here coming up before long for deer season, because that starts next month. So yes, those videos are coming. So John asked, are we both originally from Florida? Yes, I can answer with 100% certainty that I'm born and raised here. She has been, but she has bounced around the country just for very short periods of time. So I think we can both say yes, born and raised Florida 100% of our lives. She used to live over on the East Coast. We're now over near the West Coast right now. And I've always been within a county or so of where I'm at right now my entire life. Love the area other than all the humidity and sweat you keep seeing me wiping and the bugs. Other than that, it's a great place to live. We absolutely love it. So Kingwood 43 said everybody sold out about everything. He waited over 6 weeks for a refrigerator. That's what I'm seeing. Although I will say things are getting better as far as I did see some refrigerators, freezers, and all on Lowe's the other day. No small ones like I'm looking for. Wood's dropping finally. Y'all have heard me talk about it in the videos. It's dropping awesome. Things like electrical, still very difficult to find right now. Y'all are going to question why I put some of the boxes and breaker panel and things like that in the house. It's because that's all I could get. I've been ordering stuff offline. I've been going to small mom and pop shops. I've been going to big box shops. It's been extremely difficult. I have just about everything I need. I'm overpaying for a lot of this stuff, but I'm slowly working on getting everything that I need. We just about have electrical wrapped up other than meter panels, a little bit more wiring, and a few other things there as well. Mr. Doug. Mr. Doug, man.
Oh,
seriously?
wow.
Y'all, man. This is crazy. Mr. Doug, man.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Mr. Doug, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the donation. That's just
wow.
That's nuts. Y'all are so generous and so kind. Man, I truly do appreciate it. It's humbling. It really is.
I really hope we get a day to spoil you.
I am looking forward to spoiling
Yes.
Mr. Doug. Y'all convince Mr. Doug to come down and see me.
Yes.
I've got some things in mind for Mr. Doug. I just need him to make a trip down, or either we're going to have to come up and see him, and he's going to have to take one of his weekends off and quit working. Thank you so much, Mr. Doug.
Thank
so
you,
just
Mr.
made an
Doug.
extremely generous donation. It says Tiffany dinner and a day on the water fund. Y'all
That
relax
does
and live a
sound-
little.
That does sound amazing.
Well, I can promise you that right there will easily cover the boat gas, the truck gas, and dinner. So thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for that. And get your butt down here and let me treat you to a day on the water. Let me treat you to a day out. And just so y'all know, I've been after Mr. Doug for a few months trying to get him down now. Y'all convince him to take some vacation time. I know he's got some vacation time at work.
Yes.
And come see me. I would really like to treat Mr. Doug for his amazing generosity. My goodness. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That really is. So Russell says he just jumped on. Sorry he's late. Don't you worry about that. We've been chatting, answering a bunch of questions. We're about to go fire the Blackstone up. Tiffany's going to do a little cooking.
He's going to belly flop.
Apparently, I'm going to belly flop in a pool, whatever. I've chickened out on all the other crazy things y'all have come up with, but I guess tonight we're going to belly flop in a pool. Why not? We'll do it right after dinner. Oh, my goodness gracious. So you might as well go fire the Blackstone up.
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
move,
it's about that time.
yeah, we'll move over to cooking, then I guess we'll move over to the belly flop contest that apparently I'm the only one in. Oh, my goodness. So Miss Betty says she watched Andrew Camerata. That's the channel I recommended on the last live stream. Enjoyed watching. He sure takes on some huge jobs. I love Andrew's channel. I love his name too. But y'all check Andrew Camerata out. Not that he needs my small self to promote him. The dude's got almost 1 million subscribers. I absolutely love watching that channel. He's just a hard-working go-getter. That's something we try to apply to our lifestyle. And I really like watching that guy. He doesn't say a whole lot. He just does a lot of working. If you like heavy equipment and some crazy things too, the guy's awesome. I really enjoy watching his channel. So again, thank you, Mr. Doug. I see everybody talking back and forth through you. Just absolutely amazing. And Cash says, well, Tiffany's not out here. Cash says Tiffany needs to do a belly flop for Mr. Doug too. We'll see if we can talk her into it. It's hard to convince yourself to belly flop in a pool with that much water though, but we'll see what we can get done. So Van Lawful Crystal apparently watches Heavy D Sparks. I watch some of his stuff too, especially since he's got into crazy off-road recoveries here lately. And I actually used to watch him when he was on TV before he started his YouTube journey. So he's a pretty funny guy and cool guy to watch. So, Joe and his Blue Dog says, since you guys like steak, where do you like to eat steak? From Outback Steakhouse or Texas Roadhouse? I'll be perfectly honest with you. There is very few restaurants I like a steak from. That's one of the few things I think we can cook better at home. And we have somebody locally that gets their steak from a place only in Arkansas. I don't know what they do for their steak, but we go get ribeyes and Delmonico's from this guy. He custom cuts them, whatever you're looking for. I went there yesterday and literally said, I want an 1.25 inch steak. And then I stopped. I said, you know what? We ain't had a steak in forever. I want an 1.5 inch steak. They were that thick, ribeyes. Never had one that thick, but you can almost cut them with a fork. I don't know what it is, but he only gets his steak from one supplier out of Arkansas. That's how we do steaks. If we go out to a restaurant, we get everything else under the sun, but steaks, we do at home. I threw a little cherry wood on the grill last night, put some charcoal briquettes in there, seared that stuff, and then had a little smoke flavor to it. That's how you do a steak. Do it at home. So Mr. Doug says, don't break your neck jumping in the pool. Well, I'm not going to dive. It's all shallow, I can promise you that. And everybody's convincing Mr. Doug he needs to visit us. That's right. Now, Mr. Doug might have to sleep out in the shop, or we can get him a local hotel. But I really, really want to treat Mr. Doug to a day of some fun there. So Mr. Jimmy says it'd be cool to have Mr. Doug on live stream. I'll 100% agree. Y'all keep convincing him. So Robert says, are you maintaining your trails in the woods? Actually, if you watch the video I posted today, I should have mentioned it, but part of that video was me mowing through those trails in the woods. And there is more water out there than I realized. Like my clay pits are full, they're pouring over. But yes, I mowed those trails out day before yesterday, I believe it was. And I'll be going out there before long with the pole saw once it cools off, trimming the trails out. But overall, the trails are in excellent shape. It stays so shaded in there, not much grows up. But I've definitely been working on those. I put a ton of time in building those trails. I'm not going to let them go away on me, no doubt. Oh, Mr. Doug, you just ruined it for me. So he says he's going to make it happen, but it'll probably be spring before he can get down there, dealing with supply shortages at work and all, so things calm down. Well, we understand you got to pay those bills and apparently YouTube donations. Thank you, sir. So hopefully we can get you down in the spring. I have something very special for you. I'm saving for you, and I want to get you on the boat. I want to get you on some of these videos if you're okay with that. And Tiffany wants to cook for you without a doubt. We're going to fatten you up while you're down here. Put a few extra pounds on you. So Mr. Doug also says, have I seen any armadillos in the yards, in the crosshairs lately? Not in the crosshairs. They like to come out between like 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. But I can tell you, I come out every single morning. All underneath that pole barn looks like a boar hog is tore up. There's holes all in the grass here behind me. They're tearing everything up. Oh, I cannot stand armadillos. But y'all know that. I cannot stand them. So Shane says he goes out for steak, so just come over here. Well, come on, Shane. We think we can cook a decent steak, but restaurants do everything else better, it seems like. But steaks, restaurants don't tend to cook them right. They always have cheap steaks, it seems like. So Ronald says, let's dig 18. I watch him from time to time too. Outdoors with the Morgans, watch them too. Just watched him try to kill a yellow jacket nest with flares yesterday. And Kelley's Country Life, top 3. Well, we sure do appreciate you including us in that group, because those are some pretty big channels right there that pump out a bunch of content. So Edward asked, can we hunt bears here? We were only ever allowed one bear season here because Florida supposedly didn't have many black bears. They started a season, had a certain quota, and was just going to let it run until the quota was met. They had to close the season in less than 24 hours because the quota was met that quick. Our wildlife officials come out and admitted there was way more bears than they realized, that their studies and population density test, all that stuff was just old, and there was more bears than they ever realized. And then the next time they tried to start a season, a lot of people showed up, made a big protest about it, and they've never had a season since. And we're starting to get more and more bears now, attacks, problems, trash can bears, everything else. People getting in accidents. There was a motorcycle accident a couple months ago nearby us. 2 people got severely injured, run into a bear at nighttime. We're starting to hear more and more of that stuff, but as of right now, they've yet to open the season back up. I think I'd look pretty good on a bearskin rug. What y'all think? Oh, goodness. How much longer you got? You ready for me?
Let me give it a few more minutes.
All right, so she's letting the black stone warm up. We're going to cook here in just a second. We'll keep asking some of your questions. So Robert says, have you ever reverse seared or smoked a steak? I have not, but Cash, one of our moderators on here, is constantly smoking stuff, and he smoked some steaks and stuff too. I need to try that. And the ones that we had last night, I was talking about that. 1.5 inch thick, y'all, huge ribeyes. Easily could have smoked those, would have been awesome. What I typically do is get a bunch of super hot charcoals, throw a few pieces of cherry or oak on it, get it flaming up, sear the steak, and then you kind of move them off to the side and slow cook them to a rare to medium rare. But reverse seared and all that, no, I really haven't done. I'm not set up for it. And smoke sounds absolutely amazing. A good thick steak, I bet would smoke like, oh, that would have to be so stinking good. So Big Wave, Florida, obviously Florida, says FWC really messed that up when they let everyone hunt the bears. They really missed the true amount of bears in Florida. All the bears up your way are relocated. I've heard that a lot. We kind of see that. I think that's why we have a lot of bears up here. We don't have that problem, but that aren't so scared of people, that are kind of rambunctious, mischief. I've always heard, because we're in a rural area, they bring the problem bears from down south and kind of dump them up here, because we just have lots of big vacant acreage. I understand them wanting to get them out, but at the same time, we don't want the problem bears. I have a neighbor right now who's trying to grow corn. He called me yesterday, told me come get some corn now, because the bears are already about to get into it. He's got pictures everywhere. I think it was that same neighbor or another neighbor a year before planted 2 acres of corn, and one bear in one night went out there like it was mad at the guy and swatted it all down, beat it down to nothing. Another guy, fish feeder torn all it can be, everything on his fishing dock. It's those young males that are just rambunctious. So Tiffany's snapping her fingers, telling me the Blackstone's ready. We're going to start cooking. I'll keep answering your questions. Let me grab this phone. Whoa, saw that picture from today. What you doing? Chilling. All right, so here is our wonderful custom setup. Grab me a drink. There's the whip. Thanks, Crystal. Let's head over to the Blackstone, and I'll keep skipping over some of your comments. They fly by on the little phone screen, but Tiffany's going to cook and talk about what she's doing.
All right, fixing to make some smothered chicken.
There we go.
And squash and zucchini casserole.
Yep, we've already got the squash and zucchini casserole done. That's from out of the garden.
And talk about it.
Yes.
All right.
Woo! Listen to that sizzle. And there's Kevin finally popping up. I know he likes the Blackstone. Says Tiffany's Cooking Adventures. Yeah, the Kelley's Cook. I told her we need to do Kelley's Country Cooking as a channel.
I got some chicken seasoning, which we love.
Yeah, that is a good seasoning. Old Weber seasoning.
It's very chunky. I like that about it.
Yeah, she likes her seasoning just like she likes her man. Very chunky. Yeah, that's right. So Joe and his Blue Dog says, how much does a griddle like this cost? We got this from Walmart for, what was it, baby? $2.79 or $2.99? I'm just going to say $300. And this was the biggest one they offer, 36-inch griddle. Now, they have nice stainless ones. They're like $500. We got the cheap model right here, and we use this thing all the time. Mr. Doug says, looking good. Miss Tiffany takes care of you. You know it, sir. This woman likes to cook. If she didn't, she'd have a different husband. Kill it and grill it, they say. Well, I agree with some of that. What you doing? Oh, she's going to press these things.
Yeah.
This ain't no smash burger. What you doing?
Want them a little bit flatter.
So Cash, here he goes. He's getting fired up about his cooking. He says he uses raw honey and rub on his briskets. Oh, that woman right there has been wanting me to cook a brisket so bad.
Yes.
I don't know that I got 12 to 16 hours of time to cook a brisket. So Mr. Rodney asked, have I ever smoked a whole turkey? No, I have not. I have smoked some wild turkey, which is extremely lean, but I'll be honest with you, store-bought turkey, not my favorite. It's extremely dry. So Mr. Doug asked, how does this do on propane? I'll be honest with you, it does extremely well. I just pulled that light cylinder off, and she's been cooking with that for weeks and weeks. And this company right here, that's supposed to be a 20-pound cylinder. You get about 15 pounds of gas, and it still lasts forever. So number one Noel just jumped on and said, just in time for dinner. Welcome. He's not too far from us. Can't wait for you to fire up your fire pit, and I'm ready for some cool weather to do that myself. So Luna Tuna Play says, when I get the house built, I'll have time for the brisket. That's pretty much exactly right. Hey, so Cash says he's the cook and I'm the worker. Well, that's fine. You come on over and cook. I'll keep working. So trash can turkey. I have heard about that. I really have. So Chris says if it's dry, you're cooking too long. The only way I've ever had good, moist, store-bought turkey is deep fried. That's about it. I like wild turkey, y'all, that runs around here. There is nothing like wild turkey. It tastes completely different from store-bought turkey, and it's so good. Man, Life Crystal says I need to throw some ice in the pool. Yeah, I should. Actually, it's losing a little air. By the time I belly flop, that side's already sinking down. It's going to throw water everywhere. So Mr. Doug asked, what are the plans for the slabs from the portable sawmill? To be perfectly honest with you, I may try to salvage some of those slabs. That was more for practicing. That's down there because they actually have a good 3-inch ring of rot all the way around the edge that the camera didn't show. But I may try to salvage them. I'm going to go back down there and try to cut a few more thick slabs. But I'm thinking some beautiful benches on the back porch. Being that those have the rod in them, they won't be bar tops on the outside cooking area we're going to do, but they'd probably make some pretty sweet benches or stool tops, things like that. So Maddox asked, when the house is done, am I going to build a cook shed? Negative, because we're basically building an outdoor kitchen on that, and that's going to be pretty much our cook shed. All right, what you got going on?
All right, we got our mushrooms and onions here that we're going to smother our chicken with.
Oh, that smells so good and sounds good too.
Some olive oil.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So Cash is making butcher blocks. I remember Mr. Doug asking about that as well. Although most slabs are about this thick, that would make a heck of a butcher block. But that would be a pretty cool idea for some future wood that I may get in from my tree guy. Shane says I need to get a pellet grill. I'll be honest with you, I've been really looking at one, but I love throwing wood on a smoker. So Miss Lisa says if I open up a PayPal account, which I do have, by the way, they don't take percentages or charge fees. That is a very good idea. People do want to donate. We're not asking for it, but if y'all wanted to, and we're worried about percentages being taken or things like that, and I'll be honest with you, our PayPal is exactly the email you see in the description of every video. Kelley's Country Life, Kelley's Country Life at gmail.com, and every video. That is our PayPal. So
would there be a way that we could get notified if we were on the live stream and people wanted to do that?
I think they would just have to bring it up.
Yeah.
And be perfectly honest with y'all, I bet YouTube probably don't like hearing that, so we might not talk about that too much. Next thing I know, the channel is canceled. So
Yeah.
So Big Wave says, how do we keep the bugs out of the flat top? They always swarm me when I try to use mine. We keep little fans like that DeWalt running. We usually have one on the floor. Bug zapper that Mr. Doug gave us. We typically don't plug it in when we're cooking because it actually tracks bugs and they fry and drop to the ground. But that thing actually works. The other thing is use a top, but we try to cook quickly and then cover it up real quick, and that keeps the bugs off. It really does. So Chris says, do I have plans to build a shed over the well? Absolutely. That's been a very popular question. And what's up, dude? The reason I have not built a pump house shed is because I know I'm going to have a lot of leftovers from the house, from hardy board siding to OSB and things like that. That's what I'm going to build my shed over the well with. And we wanted to build the house first, have leftover paint, because we want to match the well house to the house. I want to do trim on there, same color, hardy board siding on it, paint it the same color. We wanted it to look like a mini house. So that's kind of been the plans all along. What you got?
Nothing.
So A Outdoors has to jump off. Thank you for chatting with us.
Oh, before the belly flop?
Yeah, before the belly flop. Oh, am I doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I see people talking about Venmo. I've heard of it. Be honest with you, never used it. No idea. I'm kind of old school when it comes to a lot of that stuff. I'm clueless.
Yeah, we don't have those like cash apps and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm so clueless on all that.
I don't have that stuff.
So Mr. Doug says the bugs add flavor. I don't know about that. I guess it is a little extra protein. So Chris asks, he says, a very popular question. When's the house going to be done? It'll get done when it gets done, Chris. Just thinking about that. Don't ask again. Oh, goodness. Yeah, here we are. Voting for the belly flop again. Belly flop. Here everybody goes. So Shane brings up a solid point. Pellet grill would be awesome for things like a brisket because you can kind of set it and forget it, as the old TV commercial used to say. So Miss Lisa, I just answered that. We actually do have a PayPal account. I've seen you asked it a few times. No worries. Please ask any question over and over again if you haven't heard it. But we already have a PayPal set up. If you look at the link down in the description, our email down there, Kelley's Country Life at Kelley's Country at gmail.com. Just read it in the description. You got to put the EY and everything. Just like you see, we actually already have a PayPal set up under that account right there. I do some other transactions for YouTube through that. So it's set up, ready to go. If y'all would like to donate that way, we truly do appreciate it. We do not expect any donations, but thank y'all so much. It's absolutely appreciated. It really is.
Yes, thank you.
So, Mr. Doug, I don't know if you see that. We got Mr. Logan down there who makes the... Oh, yeah. Mr. Doug...
Did he send these? Yeah, right?
Nope. Yeah, he did send those, Mr. Doug. We got your thermometers. Yay. And Mr. Logan down there just made a comment for you to get up with him. He has been so generous, y'all. He really has been. He makes awesome cups like this. He just sent... Yeah, grab one of them hats. He just sent me a sweet hat, and he hooked cash up one of those cups. He's been really trying to take care of people that's really been donating to the channel. Look at this hat I just got today, y'all. I love that color, brown and khaki. But that is his apparel brand. And I see Mr. Doug, he's offering to get up with you. You might want to get with Logan and give him your email. You might get you one of them fancy cups on the way. And Mr. Robert, thank you. Golly, thank you so much, man. You just made a stinking $100 donation.
Thank you so much.
He says, I was always an anti-shocker, but certainly a pro-belly flop. Thank you for being anti-shock and pro-belly flop. Dang, that always sounds like a shirt. Anti-shock, pro-belly flop. I always support the day off with Tiffany. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We truly do appreciate it. And Ellis says those LED shop lights are looking awesome. Check this out, y'all. This is actually a good point to bring that up. Those 4 lights just... I enjoy working out here, I really do. I'm almost tempted to put some of these lights in the house over a pool table, wink, wink, maybe on the back porch. These lights do awesome, man. For, what did I say they were? $60-something. My work area is amazing now. And Cash talking about he's hooking us up with some shirts. We truly do appreciate that. So those are being sent out. Cajun microwave. I'll have to check that out and see what it is. Oh, Cash looks like he's already got his cup, or either I know he's seen pictures of it. It was a good-looking shirt.
All right, so I'm just getting that.
And Miss Lisa, yes, the email that you see down in the description is also the same email that we have our PayPal set up with. That's all I've ever known PayPal to use is emails, and it's the exact one that you see down there. Belly flop, yes, I know, y'all. I'll do a daggum belly flop, even though I'm going to bust that thing. Oh, what has she got?
I'm going to show everybody the pretty...
I'm telling y'all, go search this video on the channel. That, Mr. Doug, if you get down here, we're going to cook you some of this. That is her... Well, you want to talk about it? What you do? Or
yeah, my recipe, it's squash and zucchini casserole. And what we do is we take our squash and zucchini from the garden and we pressure seal it in a bag and freeze it. And I let it thaw out, and I take all the water off it, squeeze all the water off of it, and then in a bowl I'll put a whole onion. I'll put some panko breadcrumbs, some cheddar cheese, whatever cheese you like, and do about a half a cup of mayonnaise, just according to how much, you know, vegetable I have, and 2 eggs, and then mix it all together, put it in here, and then crumble some Ritz crackers on the top, and There you go.
It is so stinking good, y'all. Even frozen old squash and zucchini that everybody says turn to mush and so, not good at all. That right there is awesome. We carry that to cookouts all the time.
Yes,
it is
everybody
so good. So good. Y'all have got to try that. All right, Doug says, Mr. Doug says he's on his way. Good, we got him. Fastest way to a man and a dog's heart, they say, is through his stomach.
Absolutely.
Oh. So Big Wave Florida says, when it cools off, let's go do some shallow water grouper fishing. Cannot wait to figure out the Steenhatchee area. That sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to that myself. Absolutely looking forward to it. And Edward asked another very popular question we've been getting recently. Have we considered doing solar to the house? I have not, but I'm actually going to be wiring up blocks on the outside to where I can do basically piercings through the wall and add things to the panel later. That could be in our future. Honestly, I am so almost overwhelmed with the house as is. I'm not going to research the solar right now, but if the government starts giving more tax credits for it, Florida does, I'm not ruling it out at all. I mean, this is Florida. That's the South. I could put something out here, not make it look too ugly, and probably catch a lot of sunlight. So I'm not ruling it out at all. So Karen asked, do we parboil that before freezing? That's the beauty of it. We do not. Absolutely do not. We get so much squash and zucchini every day out of our little garden. There's no way I'm going to sit out here boiling and blanching stuff. So we slice it right up with a mandolin or a knife into discs that are about, I don't know, ½ inch thick. Vacuum seal it seems to be key. Freeze it, pull it out later, and it's awesome for casseroles. Now, once you freeze stuff like that, it will come out kind of soggy and mushy. That's why it's perfect for casseroles. Now, it doesn't come out of the casserole tasting watered down and mushy. The way she bakes it, oh, it's so good. All right, Miss Lisa, we'll check you later. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And Shane says the Ritz crackers on top are a nice touch. That's right. And you throw a little butter on top, and they get super crispy. And Mailman asked, are gutters soon? Yes, they are. I'm actually went out there today, crunched all the numbers, going to place my hardy board siding order this week. The reason I want to go ahead and get this wall with all the penetrations for AC, wiring, everything done, and that back wall in hardy real quick is so I can put metal flashing up right here and put gutters in. That's coming quick. Then I can smooth the yard out, plant some grass seed before winter gets here, and get grass started and not have my yard washed out. So gutters are on the list quite quickly, trust me. So Brandon just jumped on from Southern Oklahoma. Welcome. We've been chatting. Now we're doing a little cooking. We kind of do stuff all over the place on the live stream. So Karen says she's putting shredded zucchini in the freezer for bread. We have got to try that. We did not try it before our zucchini gave up the ghost this year. But Cash and a lot of other people keep telling me about zucchini bread. We've got to try that.
Zoodles.
Yep, we do zoodles. So to get away from noodles, we'll thin slice zucchini and actually cook them for spaghetti noodles, and it works out great.
All right, well, there's our two that are done right here.
So yep. So let's take a quick peek at these. That's what smothered chicken looks like. So over mushrooms, onions, and what cheese is that? Oh, pepper jack. Heck yeah! What?
And our squash and zucchini casserole to go with it. Pretty simple.
Yep. So I see which is our favorite spice. Without a doubt, probably garlic. We put it on everything. And Mr. Doug says this vacuum sealing's great, but do we do our corn that way? Believe it or not, no. Corn, especially sweet corn, freezes so well. I don't do nothing but put it in gallon Ziploc bags. No blanching, no nothing. A year and a half later, it still tastes awesome. Corn is super simple to put up. Aaron asked how long we had this property. We've had it for 7 going on 8 years, and it looked nothing like what you see when we bought it. This was all grown up, 10-foot tall brush. We planted all the grass. We planted all of these pine trees, built everything you see here. Sadly, I didn't even know what YouTube was back then. I wish I had started the channel 7 or 8 years ago and kind of documented this whole process.
All right, so now on for other activities.
Oh, am I really getting in that, y'all?
You have to.
Am I really getting in that, y'all?
You have to.
Oh, Lord.
All right, cheer them on, everybody. Come on, cheer them on.
All right, be careful. The thing's getting a bit shaky because it's getting dark. Am I really doing this, y'all?
Yeah.
Am I really doing this?
See how hot you are?
I am pretty hot.
Yeah. Let me get back so he don't splash me. Go, Andrew. Everybody says, come on, you can do it.
Wrapping the live stream up. Thank y'all
Yes.
for the donations. Thank y'all for not begging me to get shot tonight. And I guess thank y'all for the donation for the new pool that I'm going to have to buy if y'all ruin this one, but I'm really going to belly flop.
Blythe gave a donation.
Blythe?
Sorry.
Well, it could be Blythe. Did I say Blythe? Thank you.
Thank
you. Very much,
Thank you.
I guess I'm going to belly flop for y'all.
Do it. Do it.
Oh,
Send it. Yay!
That actually feels kind of good. That actually feels really good. All right,
Awesome.
y'all didn't get your shot, but y'all got your belly flop. Thank y'all so much for watching the live stream. Thank y'all so much for the support. We're not doing this every week, by the way. But I kind of feel obligated tonight. Y'all been so stinking generous. Thank y'all so much for watching us. We really do appreciate it.
Oh,
and we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Good night.
All right. See y'all later. Here we go. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all so much for watching.